I've always been fascinated by the supernatural, the unexplained, and the eerie stories that send shivers down your spine. Little did I know that my fascination would lead me to a terrifying encounter with something beyond human comprehension. It happened during a summer trip to the desolate, sun-scorched deserts of Arizona. My friend Mark and I decided to embark on a camping adventure in the heart of Navajo Nation. The place was known for its breathtaking landscapes, but it was also infamous for the legends that permeated the land. Our campsite was nestled deep within the arid wilderness, far from any signs of civilization. We thought we were prepared for anything, armed with tents, provisions, and our shared love for the macabre. Little did we know that the tales we'd heard around the campfire were more than just stories. They were warnings. On the second night of our trip, the atmosphere shifted. The desert, once serene, became a stage for something inexplicable. It began with the sound of rustling leaves and twigs snapping beneath unseen feet. We dismissed it as desert critters or the wind, but it grew louder and closer. Mark and I sat around the campfire, tension in the air. Our faces were pale, and the crackling flames provided little comfort. The wind carried an unsettling scent, a mixture of decay and something undefinable. We both knew something was horribly wrong. Then, in the distance, we heard an eerie melodic whistling. The tune was hauntingly beautiful, but it felt so out of place in the desolation. We exchanged nervous glances, our hearts pounding in our chests. The whistling grew louder, and we realized it was moving closer to our camp. "Who could be out here at this hour?" Mark whispered, his voice trembling. "I don't know," I replied, trying to sound brave. "Maybe it's just a local." But deep down, we both knew it wasn't just a local. It was something else, something unnatural. The whistling continued to draw nearer, weaving through the darkness like a siren song. Our flashlights illuminated the surroundings, but there was nothing to see, just the vast expanse of the desert. Then, from the shadows emerged a figure. It was tall and slender, moving gracefully like a shadow come to life. Its form seemed to shift and waver, like a mirage in the moonlight. My heart pounded in my chest as I realized what I was looking at. A skinwalker. The creature's eyes locked onto ours, gleaming with an unnatural, malevolent light. Its face was a grotesque mask, a mockery of humanity. The whistling ceased, replaced by an eerie silence that hung heavy in the air. Mark and I were paralyzed, unable to move or speak. The skinwalker began to mimic human voices, calling out to us in tones that sent chills down our spines. It used our own voices, saying things only we would know. It whispered our deepest fears and darkest secrets, tormenting us with the knowledge that it had invaded our minds. "Run!" Mark finally choked out, his voice barely audible. We stumbled to our feet, tearing our eyes away from the creature. Panic set in as we fled into the desert, our flashlights cutting through the darkness. But the skinwalker was relentless, pursuing us with inhuman speed and agility. We zigzagged through the desolate landscape, desperate to escape the creature's clutches. The night seemed to stretch on forever, and exhaustion gnawed at our every step. It was as though the desert itself conspired with the skinwalker to keep us trapped. Hours passed, and our strength waned. The creature's haunting whispers continued to echo in our heads, driving us to the brink of madness. We knew we couldn't run forever, but we refused to give in to despair. As dawn broke, we stumbled upon a small cave, our last refuge. The creature had momentarily vanished, and we dared to hope that we had eluded it. We huddled in the cave's darkness, our breathing ragged and our bodies trembling. Hours turned into days as we waited, trapped in that suffocating darkness. The skinwalker's whispers grew louder, filling the cave with its malevolent presence. It taunted us with promises of unimaginable horrors, urging us to surrender. But we clung to our dwindling resolve, determined to survive. We whispered stories of our loved ones, memories of happier times, and shared dreams of escape. It was our lifeline in that abyss of despair. On the fourth day, just when we thought we could bear it no longer, the cave fell silent. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and we cautiously ventured outside. The desert was as desolate as ever, but the Skinwalker was nowhere to be seen. We took the opportunity to flee, leaving behind our camp and all our possessions. We ran until our legs gave out, not stopping until we reached a nearby town. The locals, up on hearing our harrowing tale, shared knowing glances. "You encountered a skinwalker," an old Navajo man said gravely. "They are ancient beings, shapeshifters who walk the line between this world and the next. They feed on fear and despair, tormenting their victims until they are driven to madness." We stayed in the town for a while, trying to put the ordeal behind us. But the Skinwalker's whispers still haunted our dreams, a constant reminder of the horrors we had endured. We never returned to the desert, and the experience left scars that would never heal. To this day, I can't shake the feeling that the Skinwalker still watches, waiting for an opportunity to return. And I've learned the most chilling lesson of all: some mysteries are better left unsolved, some legends better left untested. The desert holds secrets that should remain buried beneath its scorching sands, and I pray that no one else has to face the terror of a Skinwalker's encounter. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and press the notification bell. See you again next time.